Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing well today. I just want to come on and in this video and tell you what comes next after once you've left your abuser and you're on your road to being a full survivor, recovering survivor. Just know that once you left, it's big, it's huge, but there's a lot more to it than that. You'll be experiencing some fear, anxiety, depression, guilt, hopelessness, feeling a little lonely, anger, maybe confusion. And that's normal. That's normal because your body and your mind has been through so much trauma. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what comes next after you've left and the emotions that you're going to be dealing with and how you can go through them properly and address them so you can move on with your life without having any regrets or whatever. But the main thing of it is your safety should be your priority right now, because you just left your abuser and they're going to try to reach out to you, find you, whatever the case may be, try to get you back, try to, oh, I love you, come on, I need you, blah, 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 whatever it is. But they're going to do whatever it takes to try to get you back. Don't go back, because there's a reason that you left to begin with. So, unfortunately, the period after leaving is a very dangerous one. So, like I said, don't go back. Try to stay hidden, take yourself off social media if you have to, if they monitor your social media activity, because they lost control is what it is. So the abusers don't like that when they lose control, because they want to try to gain it back. And how they do that is they try to find you. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. And they may be feeling all those things, but the bottom line of it is they lost control. And their thing is they hit you and they blame you and, all those things that's embedded in your mind and in your body. The bruises heal, but the things that they put you through, the trauma they put you through, that takes some time to heal. So in this video, I'm going to address quickly the things that you need to address since you've left, so you can properly heal and move forward with the productive, successful life. And allowing yourself to grieve is number one, because grieving right now, you're going to feel those things. Those are normal emotions, because it's like you had a relationship with them and you thought it was supposed to go a certain way and it never ended up that way. And it's kind of like all your hopes and the dreams and the future that you thought was going to be a good one with this person ended up becoming a nightmare. So your body has to go through and your mind has to go through that grieving process. It's just not just because you left, it's done. You're going to have all these weird emotions that you don't quite understand. So like I said, I'm going to walk you through some of these emotions to help you deal with it and move forward. And, I'm here. If you need any support, reach out to me. I have an email. You can reach out to me and I'll respond to you. You can leave a comment. You can reach me at youtube.com/@liveshealing. And, grab one of my videos, leave a comment. I have a 10-step, for those that haven't left their abuser, I have a 10-step safe escape plan for you to follow in the event that when you're ready to leave, that's how you can leave. And it does save lives. So, and you're not on the whim leaving and then you don't know where to go, what to do, and where's the money coming from. This escape plan helps you deal with that before you leave. So it takes a lot of that stress off. But for those that have left and the survivors that are just beginning to move forward with their own life without all that drama, hey, I'm so proud of you. You got this. Excuse me. I just got over a cold. I'm so sorry. So, sorry. So, like I was saying, after leaving, your safety is very important. Keep your distance from the person, the abuser. Don't go back. They're going to try to reach out to you. They're going to try to find you. They're going to try to contact your family members. Just please don't go back, because that's when it's really dangerous. And so that's the first step. After you've left, don't go back. Second one is allowing yourself to grieve. Like I said, you went through a lot of things that you thought was supposed to be a promising future with this person, and it didn't work out, and it turned into a whole nightmare. And that's why you're going through the normal process of grieving. And it's kind of like, you wished you had a good family with them, and you had hopes and dreams of what it could have been, and it didn't turn out that way. And that's where the grieving process begins. So grieving is not a sign that leaving was a mistake. It's simply evidence that the survivor cared deeply and invested emotionally in the relationship. And that's, you got with them for a reason. There was a reason you loved them, in the beginning. So, and you had hopes and dreams of what it could have been, and it wasn't. And that's what your mind is triggered to thinking, oh my God, now that you've left, and you're feeling that grieving process, it's normal. Don't think it's not. It's normal. Because you might be like, oh my God, why am I feeling like this? It's normal. It's what they put you through and how it ended up. So it's normal. You got to start to rebuild your self-worth, because they've torn you down so much. It's your fault. It's your fault that the dinner wasn't good. It's your fault you made me hit you. It's your fault that you're going through my phone and I had to beat you. There's a reason you're going through the phone, because you got a feeling they're cheating on you. Well, why are you cheating on it? See, again, it's all them, but they're reflecting it onto you like it's your fault, and it's not. So remember that. None of this was your fault. It was theirs. They're the one that has the problem. They're the ones that are the ones controlling you through blame and violence. So, please don't think that any of this was your fault, because it's not. And you're worthy. You have a right to live your life without fear. I'm just so proud of you for leaving and going through the steps of taking this next step of healing yourself, healing your mind, your body, and so you can become more successful in life instead of living a life of fear and drama and trauma. And it's no good. It's no good for anybody. And so take small victories. The small victories, making independent decisions, pursuing hobbies, returning to school. Maybe you stopped going to school or wanted to go to school, and that's a good thing to build your self-worth. Because I went back to school, and my class graduated in 1980, and I ended up going back to school in the 90s, and I got my degree. I got a bachelor's degree, and I got that, and it made me feel so good, because I was a teen mom. I was a dropout. And so I went and got my GED, and then from there I got my associates, and then from there I got my bachelor's. And I'm telling you, it's a heck of a feeling to know that I went out, set a goal for myself, and I did it. And I graduated with honors on a private school, on a scholarship at that. So I'm really proud of myself. I did good, and you can too. You can too. So don't let anybody ever tell you you can't do good, because you can. And like I said, your abuser has spent so much time tearing you down and criticizing you, manipulating you, humiliating you, controlling you, convincing you you're not good enough, and just have the opportunity to rediscover who you are. And if that means going back to school, doing little small victories, and maybe pursuing hobbies and making it a career, or apply for a new job, or reconnecting with old friends, that because your abuser isolates you from family and friends, and you couldn't have them as a friend anymore. So that's a good plus. And that just rediscovering who you are, not who you are through him or her or whatever the case may be. So that's another step on moving forward and being more of a survivor. Survivors, they deserve respect, they deserve dignity, and they deserve genuine love. And that's where I'm at. I know I'm worthy, and I know I'm loved, and and you can be too. This is just the beginning, and you just have to work through all these feelings that you've been instilled in your mindset from the abuser. And so I'm trying to work with you to help you get that out of your mind so you can move forward and be successful in life. And then seeking emotional healing. For me, my faith was, part of me healing. Like I said, I was like, why, God, why am I going through this? Why are you putting me through? Why are you allowing this? And it wasn't God. It was me with the choices I was making. And God stayed with me because I'm survived now. I'm here, I'm healing, and I'm turning my light of what I've accomplished towards others that are in the journey to becoming, a full survivor, where you don't have to feel these pains and this grief and, having to rebuild your self-worth and emotional healing. And, your physical safety is very important. So just remember that emotional healing is just as important as physical safety. So you might want to reach out to counseling, maybe support groups, faith communities. Trusted relationships can help survivors process their experiences. Speaking openly about the abuse in the safe environment often reduces shame and helps survivors understand that they were never responsible for the abuse. Like I said, it's not your fault. You didn't create this, they did. They have the problem, not you. They just put it onto you like it was you. So we got to rebuild that mindset in knowing that it wasn't you. So it's all been embedded in you, and over time you start to think it like I did, and it took me over 5 decades of abuse to finally get over it and realize it wasn't me. So I just wished at the time I was going through it that I had somebody that could help me, and I just kind of winged it. So I've dedicated my life to help other survivors. So, and then reconnecting with faith and a purpose. So many survivors find comfort in faith after leaving abusive relationships. And like I said, I'm very, I'm not a holy roller, but I do believe in God, and I do believe it played a big role in my life in being a survivor, and even telling my truth to this day. So, and if you like this content and you want to continue watching this so I could help you guys further on your journey to being a full survivor. Please go to youtube.com/@lives healing and get, click on any one of my videos and it will help you. So, your faith often becomes the source of hope and strength and guidance. And it did for me. And for those who believe in God, rediscovering their identity as someone who is loved and valued and worthy. That I know God loves me. And I'm here today because of him. And so that's learning to trust is a tough one, especially when you've been through abuse for a long period of time. And it doesn't define your future, though. So because you've been through that doesn't mean that's what your future is going to be like. You dictate your future, and you can do it. You can do it. You can go through all these grieving process and regaining your self-worth and building your life back and building relationships with those that you trust, family, friends, support system. Survivors find themselves rebuilding relationships after leaving. Really makes a big deal in your success and recovery. And so take process time. This process and what you're going through takes time, because it took time of the abuser abusing you for so long. It's going to take time for your body to heal. So be patient with that and allow that to happen. Healthy relationships are based on respect, honesty, trust, mutual support. But oftentimes, need to learn what healthy relationships look like, because abuse can distort a person's understanding of love and connection. And that's what I'm saying. You've had it embedded into you, it's all your fault, it's this and that, and it's not your fault, it's their fault. And no one has the right to put their hands on you, period, for whatever reason. They just don't have the right. The next one is learning to live without fear. And for me, it took over 5 years. I had night tremors. I'd wake up. But everybody's going to be different. It doesn't mean that you're going to have 5 years of night tremors and terrors, waking up screaming and thinking somebody's over you and hitting you and whatever. But for me, to this day, I can't have somebody standing over me. I can't have anybody real close to me. I have to have my space. Like I call it my zone. Don't be within my zone, because I start feeling really uncomfortable. And that I'll always be that way now because of what I've gone through. It's just, part of my healing. So, but you can learn to live without fear. And for years, many survivors lived in a constant state of survival. And that's what happens when you're being abused. And, you monitor your moods, avoid conflict, and feel like you're walking on eggshells to prevent violence and emotional attacks. And that's exactly what I did. But after leaving, it takes time for the nervous system to recognize that those dangers have passed. And that's what it is. It's going to take some time. So survivors begin to experience moments of peace. They discover what it feels like to make choices without fear of punishment or criticism. So they learn that they have the right to express their thoughts and opinions and feel freely to do so. So that's part of being, once you're away from them, just don't go back. But part of being away from them, that's the feelings that you're gonna start to develop because you're away from them. You start making choices for yourself, and not having to worry about somebody standing over you. Oh my God, you did something wrong. It's your fault. I gotta hit you and blah blah blah. So freedom can be life changing. And that's exactly what you're going to experience, is life-changing environment by making choices for yourself. And so creating goals and dreams. So leave the abusive relationship. Leaving the abusive relationship creates space for new possibilities. So that's exactly what you're doing. So like I said, if it means you having to get to support groups, or maybe a church that, you know, that has like a support community in it, friends, family that support you, you know, that's your road right there, is to help you cope and deal with this so you can move forward, making the right decisions, and you know, and not having to worry somebody standing over you and criticizing you or whatever, or fear that you're going to be hit. But your future is no longer controlled by the abuser, so it belongs to you. So every goal achieved is another reminder that life can be filled with hope and opportunities. And that's a heck of a feeling. That is a wonderful feeling, and you can do it. And then for me, helping others, that became a valuable part in my life, because I've dedicated my life now to help other victims, or others that have left or haven't left. If there's anything in my videos that I could share that helps them get closer to leaving, or in your case, you've already left and you're now learning to regain your life back as you, and not what your abuser wants you to be. So that's big. And you know, I guess in my truth, telling my story, it took a lot of courage to tell you guys my story of 5 decades of abuse. And it's in my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Please like and subscribe if this content is helping you. So I'd really appreciate it, because it could get out to more victims and help them. And I have a 10-step escape plan for those that haven't escaped. I have a 10-step safe escape plan. If you view it, it gets you prepared, so when you are ready to escape, that's how you can do it, and you don't feel bombarded with, oh my God, on the spur of the moment, how am I going to do this? Where's the money coming? Where am I going to live? You know, it covers all that. It'll help you. So, and for those that have already left, in this video describing your body and the mindset that you've got and where it's leading you to your own journey, your own life, your own rebuilding your self-esteem, your own rediscovering who you are, and how you could help others, you know, in case you get the feeling that they're going through something similar. You know, that's very rewarding. And it's important. It's important that we help each other. And that's just basically it. The journey ahead may include healing, grief, rebuilding, and growth. And there will be challenges and setbacks and difficult days, because I'm not sugarcoating this. But there will also be freedom, peace, strength, and new beginnings. And all that is worth the journey. All of it. You just have to allow your body and your mind to heal from all the trauma you've been through from your abuser. So just remember, don't go back. And you can do it. And you're on the road to rebuilding who you are. And you're loved. And you're worthy. And you're a beautiful soul. And I thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. And if there's anything I can do to help you, I have an email address. You can leave me a message, or you can, on one of my videos, leave a comment, and I'll respond any way I can. But I thank you. I wish you well and on the road to a successful journey in your life. And with that said, have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you guys so much.